The other day, I lost my cool with my son over something ridiculous, a spilled drink, and in that split second after I snapped, I was flooded with this wave of hot guilt. I knew in that moment that I wasn't being the parent who I wanted to be. Whether in parenting or other relationships, we've all been there at one time or another, right? That moment when our emotions hijack our best intentions. It happens with our kids, it happens with our partners. We say something sharp, we react instead of respond, and we spend the rest of the day regretting it. But this isn't a character flaw. It's not a sign that you're a bad person or a bad parent. It's a feature of our biology. My name's Michael, and this is Step Change Living, a place to explore simple, practical tools for navigating modern life. I'm not a guru or a psychologist. I'm a dad of 3 beautiful kids, a husband of an amazing wife, and a writer with a passion for research who's on this journey right alongside you. And what I've learned is that understanding the why behind our reactions is the first step to changing them. So in this video, we're going to do 3 things. First, we're going to dive into the neuroscience of why we snap. Second, I'm going to give you a simple, practical framework you can use to create space between a trigger and your reaction. And third, we're going to talk about what to do when you inevitably mess up, because this is about progress, not perfection. Let's get into it. So why do we have these emotional reactions that feel so out of our control? Well, it all comes down to how our brain is wired. You can think of your brain as having 2 different pathways for processing information, especially when it comes to stress. Imagine your child spills that drink. That information enters our brain and it takes 2 roads. The first road is the low road. It's a super fast, primitive pathway that goes directly to a part of your brain called the amygdala. The amygdala is like your brain's emotional guard dog. Its only job is to ask one question: is this a threat? It's not logical, it's not rational, it's incredibly fast, and it's designed to make you react instantly to keep you safe. At the exact same time, that information is taking the high road. This is the slower, more modern pathway. The high road goes up to your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain right behind your forehead. This is your rational thinker. It's the part that can analyze a situation, consider consequences, and make a logical choice. But it is much, much slower than the amygdala. Now, here's the key. When the amygdala perceives a threat, and to an overwhelmed brain, a spilled drink can feel like the final straw, a threat to your sense of order and control, it can hijack the system. This is a concept popularized by the psychologist Daniel Goleman. He calls it an amygdala hijack. The emotional guard dog starts barking so loudly that it effectively shuts down the connection to the rational thinker. Your emotions take over before your logic has even had a chance to weigh in. That's the snap. That's the sharp word. That's the immediate reaction followed by the thought, why did I do that? You did it because for a split second your primitive survival brain was in charge. So the solution isn't to try and get rid of the emotion. The solution is to learn how to calm the guard dog and bring your rational thinker back online. So how do we do that in the heat of the moment? We do it by intentionally creating a small, almost invisible space between the trigger and our response. In that space, we find our power to choose. This framework is called the 3-second pause, and it has 3 simple steps. 1 for your body, 1 for your mind, and 1 for your words. Step 1 is to breathe. Just 1 single silent deep inhale through your nose and a long, slow exhale. This is not just about calming down in a spiritual sense. This is about physiology. As neuroscientists like Dr. Andrew Huberman have shown, a long exhale is one of the fastest ways to send a physical signal to your brain that you are safe, which begins to deactivate that fight or flight response. Step 2 is to name it. In your head, silently label the primary emotion you're feeling with a single word, like anger, frustration, disappointment. This simple act of labeling, a technique known as affect labeling, has been shown in neuroscience studies to reduce the activity in the amygdala and increase activity in your rational prefrontal cortex. You are literally bringing your thinking brain back online just by naming the feeling. And step 3 is to choose your response. Instead of your reactive impulse, you can choose a pre-planned low-energy phrase. The goal is not to solve the problem in that moment, but to stop making it worse. This can help to reduce decision fatigue when you're in a high-stress state. A great one to start with is simply, "I need a minute to think." Now, in my premium responsive relationship toolkit, I provide a whole library of these scripts for different situations, with your partner, your kids, even your boss, because the right words can make a big difference. But starting with "I need a minute" is a powerful first step that you can use anywhere. But I think it's important to be realistic. This is about progress, not perfection. There will be times when you forget to use the pause. You'll get hijacked, you'll snap, and you'll feel that familiar wave of regret. And this is where the real growth can happen. It's not in being perfect, but in getting good at the repair. A genuine repair can actually strengthen a relationship. It has 2 simple steps. First, acknowledge your action and apologize for it, without blame or excuses. Not "I'm sorry, but you were pushing my buttons," just "I'm sorry I raised my voice. That wasn't a fair reaction and I didn't handle that well." Second, state your intention for the future. "I'm working on responding more calmly, and next time I'll try to do better." This shows the other person, especially your children, that growth is a process. It models accountability and is one of the most powerful lessons you can teach. So, to recap, first we learned that snapping isn't a character flaw, it's a biological reaction called an amygdala hijack. Second, we learned that we can manage it by creating space with the 3-second pause. Breathe, name it, and choose your response. And third, we learned that when we fail, a simple 2-step repair can turn a mistake into a moment of connection. If you found this useful and you want to go deeper on this, I have 2 things for you. First, I've created a free 1-page worksheet called the Trigger Tracker to help you start identifying the situations that cause these reactions in the first place. You can get this tool and other tools for free when you subscribe to the Step Change Living newsletter and also on my website, stepchangeliving.com. Second, in the newsletter itself, we do a deep dive on frameworks just like this every fortnight. Paid members get the full article, advanced tools, and access to a private community of people who are on this journey too, where we can share our wins and challenges together. The link to join is in the description below. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. As always, the information shared in this video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical, psychological, or financial advice. When it comes to becoming the person you want to be, every step counts.